For the first of 4 times this season, welcome you inside the gymnasium at Danville High School. Presented by Endeavor Communications, it is time for a Sagamore Athletic Conference doubleheader. The visitors, the Mounties of Southmont, against the Warriors of Danville. My name is Greg Rakestraw, joined by Jan Bozier. Thanks to those of you joining us on the IHSAA Sports Network and statewide as well on Comcast 81. Jan, quick thoughts before this girls' game goes live.
Listen, Danville's 2 buckets away from being undefeated. Southmont, work in progress, but a big game tonight.
And Danville perhaps one of the best set plays off a tip I have seen in a long time. They had a good look 3 seconds in, just could not convert. Kaylee May's team with the missed layup, and Southmont will have the basketball. Mounties coming at 5-6 on the year, while Danville at 9-2. And to Jan's credit, 2-point loss to Hamilton Heights in the season opener, a 3-point loss to Harrison a few weeks ago. And quick foul here, and we'll see Danville go to the free throw line. But this is a Danville team, and again, both teams playing their 12th game of the season. And what hits you about this game, Jan, is because how early the girls' basketball season starts. The first week in November is that we are already the midway point of this season for these two teams. We're only 6 weeks in.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. And the thing you like about this girls' program, of course, we've seen a lot of quality Danville girls. One Collier, obviously going to Marion, but they have a culture here, and the girls just seem to reload every year. While it varies a little bit up and down, they have 3 girls in double figures, solid ball club.
Well, one of those is Isabel Wooten, who's at the free throw line and is an 88% free throw shooter. Isabel, a 5'10 senior, 13 points, 7.5 boards, 3 assists, and 3 steals a game. She is their leading scorer of those double-figure scores. And this is a Sagamore Athletic Conference matchup. Danville 9-2, but 2-0 in league play. And these are 2 teams that like to take away the basketball. Jan, between the pair of them, they average 34 steals a game.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do, and you've seen early, that's what Danville loves to do. They love to get in that half-court trap, and we'll see a lot of trapping, I think, from both clubs tonight.
Already a turnover committed by Southmont. Looking to push the tempo, layup at the other end. Layup missed short. That was Emma Anslet that couldn't get the finish. But Danville quickly on the glass. The shot off the window is good by Cooper Stone. First field goal belongs to the 6'1 junior. And Danville a quick 4-0 lead. Southmont, the smallest of the 8-member Sagamore Conference schools. Baseline shot does not go off the rim. However, rebound is corralled by Olivia Gray, a 5'4 junior. But then another turnover committed. This is a Southmont team that averages 23 turnovers a game. Danville responds by committing one of their own. To talk more about Southmont, they are 5-6. Their issue has been simply scoring points and shooting the basketball. They're averaging 31% from the floor so far this year.
And they got a high turnover ratio as well. So they got some things, as I talked about, a work in progress means they just got to get some things cleaned up. They have been in some games, Greg, that they have lost. And so the potential is certainly there.
Frankly, what they do is they play defense very well. Their 5-6, Jan, is Southmont as the Mounties commit a foul. They're allowing only 37 points per game.
Yeah,
so they'll guard the heck out of you. It's not sure they can score the basketball enough to beat you on a regular basis.
That's an amazing stat to think that they're holding teams to 36 plus and still have lost some games. But they have such a low margin of error. With the turnovers, they got to get that cleaned up, and they got to make sure they get great shot selection as well.
Sailor Woods will check in. She is a senior, 2.5 points a game. This is a Southmont team that would like to keep their rotation to 7 or 8 tonight. Given the pace at which Danville will push with 3-quarter court pressure, not sure that's going to happen. And the turnover bug, well, seemingly has been going through Southmont as quickly as the cold and flu bug is going through every school at this point, because I'm going to run on a fingers and toes quickly to count turnovers that Southmont has committed in the first minute and a half.
Yeah, and the thing they have to do here, Greg, is they've got to keep within striking distance as well. They just are not a ball club that can score a lot of points in flow, so they got to keep it close.
Little backdoor cut against that zone. Block-to-block pass. Misses short, but rebound advantage for this taller Danville team. Jump ball, the possession area will keep it right here. And this is our first of 2 that we'll have for you this evening on the IHSAA Sports Network. One of 3 doubleheaders in total for you on IHSAA tonight. Baseline corner 3 is missed by Cameron Rector. But the offensive glass pulled down by Danville. High arcing baseline shot does not go. And the rebound secured by Cheyenne Shaw for Southmont.
Nice
Mounties on the floor. Shot blocked, but a foul is going to be called. That goes against Cooper Stone. And we'll see free throws at this end coming up here for Southmont.
Well, I like the fact they're being aggressive. Hey, listen, go play hard. You know, one of the stats that sticks out to me for Southmont is they rebound pretty well. Rebounding has not been a huge issue.
DeLorean Mason to the free throw line. She's first team All-State with that first name, by the way, on the name team. But one of the things she is also a state-level competitor at is steals. She is averaging 6.7 steals per game. She is 5th in the state in terms of steals per contest. Mason applying that defensive pressure as we speak. So it's an aggressive, attacking 2-3 zone defense here by Southmont. Drive and dish, and a foul is going to be called. That was Wooten that drew the foul for Danville. 4th foul already called against Southmont.
Well, and Southmont has to run that zone a lot because they just don't have the height in a lot of cases to match up, and especially tonight against Danville. So you'll see them play a lot of zone. That's why they need to keep it close.
And rebounding out of that zone has been a problem. However, Mason able to get the takeaway. And that ball eventually was tipped by the Danville player. Stone got to that last. It will be out of bounds to Southmont.
Well, you're talking about Southmont scoring. How about Danville scoring 61? They were a ball club that averages 53 last year, and that was a pretty good ball club.
Danville finished 18-7. Lost to Tri-West a year ago in the sectional final. Danville already has a sizable win against the Bruins this year. Perhaps their best competition in that sectional might come from Cascade this season. Shot does not go. Taken and missed by Woods. And what's it going to be out of bounds to Southmont?
I like it when we get to have some boys and girls doubleheader. Gives us a really good chance to see the boys and the girls at one location.
Well, frankly, Jan, the Sagamore Conference was kind of a pioneer in doing that. They have tried to do that for many years. To do that, it means you got to play all your conference games for the boys by the end of January. Layup at the other end is good. Bucket made for Danville. That's Jocelyn Perry with that shot.
Well, one of the reasons you don't see as much of it, you lose a gate. And so there's a little bit of a reason you don't see a little more of that. I think you used to see a little more of it than you do now.
So Piercy with the bucket.
Danville really doing a good job of pushing the ball.
It's an early 8-1 lead for the Warriors. Block-to-block pass, tough angle. Missing the shot is Stone. But, again, the long ball finds Danville. Good passing. I think step's going to be called. Yeah, first went up with the shot.
Well, they're really looking to make that extra pass and have here all through this start, almost to the fall, because I think they had a couple looks that have been better off to shoot it.
Tough pass, and again, a ball given away by Southmont. So again, Southmont comes in at 5-6. It's the only game they have played this week. They, in fact, have been off since last Thursday. They will play twice next week, will the Mounties, before they are then off until early January. They're a team that is electing not to play in a holiday tournament over the Christmas break. Good basket cut against the zone, leads to contact, and Emma Anslet will go back to the free throw line, and Danville, and they've got an 8-1 lead, Jan. They're doing this with having just made 2 field goals in the first 4 minutes.
Well, they got everybody moving. You know, we talk about that, boys and or girls, that they make themselves difficult to guard because you got a lot of girls making cuts through that paint. Makes yourself hard to guard.
Anslet on the season, 19 of 22 from the free throw stripe. Lucy Riggs will check in. 5'7" junior, 2.5 points and 2 rebounds a contest. Kaylee May, the head coach of Danville, in her 10th season. Kaylee has never had a losing season in her days at Danville. And clearly, that's likely in the cards again this year, too. at 9-2 heading into this kind of midway marker type of game. And that is Cooper Stone. And timeout going to be called, a 30-second timeout called by the head coach of the Mounties in Dan Berkman. So we'll keep it right here at 12-1. And now that we have our chance to catch our breath, let's bring you our starting lineups for tonight's contest. Brought to us by virtual announcer Aaron Pittman. Make your game day experience the absolute best it can be by hiring Aaron. And if he can't be there, he'll be your virtual announcer. And that's for any sport and not just hoops. Find out more just how affordable it can be at Virtual Announce on social. Or give Aaron a call at 317-800-0612. There you see the starters for the Danville Warriors. Before that, on the screen for the Southmont Lady Mounties. Dan Berkman, head coach, in the sweater vest there for Danville. Formerly the head coach in Indian Creek before taking the job here at Southmont. It's a Southmont program that historically has had some success. They have 8 sectional championships in school history, but just 2 in the class era. And their last one came in 2014. Another steal for Danville.
You know, as aggressive as the Danville girls are, Greg, they don't turn the ball over, just a little over 12 or 13 turnovers a game.
That's Wooten. Wooten kind of plays the point forward spot for Danville. Gets another takeaway. Fakes the handoff off the window and scores it.
They are in attack mode right now.
Basically all 5 starters for Danville average at least 2 steals a game. It's a Danville team that has not lost to Southmont in the last 9 seasons. It was 2013, the last time that Southmont got a victory against their Sagamore Conference rivals. The ball thrown off the Southmont player in gray. Good chance to relace a shoe. Danville moving quickly enough, they might make you lose a shoe going up and down the floor.
Well, you know, you kind of look down this Danville schedule, and they've got some good wins, but they've played some teams that have struggled a little bit. So their last big one was the big one against Greencastle. That was a huge win for them.
Ball tipped by a Southmont player. That's Woods. Side out of bounds to Danville. As of now, this is the only time that we have the Lady Warriors on the schedule. But we could see them in the Hendricks County final. Shot missed low, blocked by Stone. Second opportunity, misses that one too. Cooper at 6'1", 7.5 points and 5.5 rebounds a game. As we are thrilled to be back here for that championship for both the girls and the boys. Coming up the first Saturday in January on January the 7th. Danville will open up that tournament on January the 3rd. Southmont turnover, Wooten on the drive, ball knocked out of her hands. It will remain Danville basketball.
Well, I love the fact that Danville, when they get the ball, they're coached very well because they don't stop unless somebody stops the ball. So they'll literally take it to the hoop until somebody stops them.
Short corner jump shot does not go. Chelsea Beach gets the uncontested rebound for Southmont.
Southmont's got to move the ball a little bit. Danville just is way too quick to dribble through this.
Yeah, there's barely been any really looks at the basket so far for Southmont. That's the best one they have had. And then Mason grabbed the rebound and got fouled. And Lorian Mason has the lone point so far for Southmont. Have a chance for 2 more from the free throw line. But Cameron Rector commits the foul. And you see Coach Berkman, and he knew his work was going to be cut out for him tonight. And I thought that was going to be a shooting foul. The official says no, that was on the rebound. So with that, side out of bounds for the Mounties. Good look from the base from the paint that does not go. But Southmont fighting for the loose ball. And the possession arrow will keep it here. For Danville, Isabel Wooten will check in. She's got 6 to pace the Warriors' effort so far.
We talked about the tempo early on, and Danville has always been a girls' ball club that loves to push it a little bit. Well, they average in the 60s. They have more in the tank if they need it. They could easily put 65 plus if they need to.
Gray with a turnover and then commits the foul, her first, and team foul number 6. Southmont coming in at 5 and 6 on the year. They won their last time out 8 days ago. Long distance shot does not go. Rebound by Riggs for Danville.
And the three-point shot, of all the things they do so incredibly well, they shoot in the 20s from 3. They don't shoot a lot.
Off the window, score it. That's Isabel Wooten.
There are a few girls who shoot much better, but as a team, they shoot about 25% from 3.
This is a Danville team that's going to beat you for what they do on the glass, what they do defensively.
Yep.
And this is a potential 10-second violation. Southmont able to survive it. For that first field goal, shot blocked. And it's Piercy that got a piece of that. Good sharing of the basketball. The baseline jump shot does not go. But Wooten tracks down another loose ball. And then Piercy going to be called for sets.
Yeah, you certainly don't need to shoot threes when you're definitely in attack mode, as you said. Defensively, they just get after it. That's a tough shot. Degree of difficulty pretty high on that one. Yeah, they prefer to do that. They don't want to get in a three-point shooting contest. Don't have to most of the time either.
Shot blocked again by Stone. Shot of Gray rejected.
Good pass.
Wooten runs the floor, avoids the defender. And on the ball out of bounds, that rebounds to Eldon Wheeler. Eldon plays for our team at the ISC Sports Network. Good job to keep your camera position steady there, Eldon, while grabbing the loose ball. Job well done.
Multitasking.
And another jump ball will be called, and the arrow should point in the opposite direction.
You watch Danville as they run the fast break. Once again, just so well coached. They fill the lanes. Ball comes to the middle, and then everybody knows exactly where they're supposed to do. When you go against that fast break, they just fill the lanes. Very nice.
Spot up 3 on the flare. That one does not go. Shot taken and missed by Emma Anslet. Anslet, though, will track down the loose ball. Time is of the essence. Wooten realized it, couldn't get the shot to go, and that is the end of the quarter. The defense stifling for Danville. They lead at 18-1 after the opening quarter. Back of more of this Sagamore Conference matchup when we come back. Presented by Endeavor Communications on the ISC Sports Network. Fall means football, and on the ISC, we've got you covered all season long. Catch our broadcast live on television on MyNDTV 23 and Comcast 81, as well as streaming on ISCSportsNetwork.com. With a subscription to ISC for only $4.99 a month, you get access to our entire library, viewable anytime, anywhere, on our website or on the ISC app. Don't miss a single broadcast. ISC Sports Network. Football lives here. The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here. Welcome back to Danville High School. As always, thanks to Amy Harvey, the tremendous athletic director, for having us out tonight. Jan and I will be back here next Saturday night. We'll bring our WNDY cameras with us when Plainfield makes the trip north to take on Danville. Again, we'll also have our WNDY cameras here when the Hendricks County Tournament Finals here January 7th, and for the boys' regular season finale when Avon is here on February the 24th. 18-1, double-digit turnovers for Southmont. 3, that again was partially blocked. Stone the rebound, and then she is fouled, and now Cooper Stone will get 1 plus the bonus on the 7th team foul committed by Southmont.
Well, you mentioned it in quarter one. Danville just flat out put on a clinic defensively. Just made it so difficult for Southmont to get anything offensively going. They just stifled them defensively.
Stone on the season has not gotten to the line a lot. She is 10 of 11. This is Danville's 12th game of the year. Connects. Danville has been a 70% free throw shooting team on the season. Coach May there at the far right of the bench.
Well, and when you play defense that well and hit 70% for the free throw line, you're going to win a lot of games just playing like that.
Anslet shot blocked. That blocked by Olivia Gray. And let's point out, Southmont's 5-6 again. So are they the level of team that Danville is? Well, clearly not. The score will tell you that. But they've played some winning basketball this year. This is more about just how good Danville is defensively.
Right. No question about it. As you look through their schedule, they got about 4 or 5 games where, 3 or 4 point ball games could have went either way. So it's just one of those things where they just want to work and get better as the season, gets down at the bottom here.
Anslet kept that floor attached to the floor the entire time, so no travel there. 3 by Stone is good. Cooper Stone, the 3. First made 3 by either side tonight. Make it 23-1, and obviously this game is starting to drift towards that territory of a running clock by the time we get to half number 2. 3-car pileup for that loose ball that eventually Danville comes out of there with. Anslet off the window and score it. And a timeout's going to be called by Coach Berkman and Southmont. Let's go ahead and keep it right here. Let's thank our friends at Endeavor Communications. They offer a variety of internet speeds that fit your family, business, or needs. Surf the internet faster than ever before with internet speeds up to a gig. Contact us at weendeavor.com for more information. Not sure there's much if you're Coach Berkman you can do about this one.
No, you just got to stay positive really in a situation like this and just keep encouraging and coaching. They have literally ran into a buzzsaw. You mentioned it now multiple times.
This Danville team, you see Cooper Stone's three-pointer. They are receiving votes in the 3A poll. 15th, if you kind of kept track of the votes by that point. Members of sectional number 25. Again, they in Tri-West most years just say, hey, it's going to come down between those two teams in terms of the sectional. Cascade is in their sectional for girls basketball. They've got a good record, and Danville will play them. If they don't see them in the Hendricks County tournament, they will play them coming up at the end of January. That gives them an idea as maybe whom they match up with in terms of sectional number 25.
Well, I read the coach's notes that she sent us today, and she was raving about how well they played against that Greencastle Ball Club, who's really good and just had some really outstanding performances against that. Was a 7-3, really, really good ball club at Greencastle. That big win. And I have seen Hamilton Heights girls play, and they're 8-1, and Danville only lost by a couple to them. So that tells you kind of the reference how good this Danville ball club is.
Hamilton Heights is a traditional power. And frankly, they lost to Harrison, who is also very good every year in terms of 4A hoops as well. Foul going to be called against the Warriors. Isabel Wooten commits the foul. Her first foul and team foul number 4. We've seen some zone. Now we're seeing a little more man-to-man, looks like, here from Danville. This is maybe where you turn back the half-court trap a little bit. Leads to a backdoor cut. And first possession of man leads to a bucket for DeLorean Mason.
Good cut by Mason. Get something going.
We referenced her prowess of taking away the ball. She's their leading scorer for the Mounties at 12 points a contest as well. Another 3 that is left short. And Olivia Gray with the rebound. On the drive, rejected. That's Stone on the block. That 6'1" frame of Stone has been on display in tonight's game. Southmont, no player taller than 5'10". Well,
Mason's certainly not afraid to go in. She's now, the last couple possessions, went inside.
Foul going to be whistled against Danville. The underneath out of bounds.
Boy, it's hard to believe that the girls are, 9 games away? I mean, that sounds like, that's unbelievable.
Well, it also shows kind of the breakneck pace they play early in the year.
That's true.
So really, this is week 6 of the girls' basketball season. They're playing 2 games a week. I think in some schools like to play a lot over the holidays as traveling is going to be cold. It's kind of the way the dates fall. A lot of schools really kind of taking 2.5 weeks off for Christmas break this year. And so some schools like Southmont is going, hey, what schedule, whatever the case may be, they're not playing for 3 weeks. Short corner. Shot does not go. And with this girls-boys doubleheader, I'll use a soccer terminology. The reverse fixture is taking place across the hall. The JV boys are playing, and then the JV girls will play across the hall following this game. Good ball movement. Extra pass leads to an Anslet 3. That does not go. Fight for the loose ball. Danville tracks it down. Now Stone from the elbow. Too strong. And again, the hustle there for Southmont. Just couldn't grab the rebound. And now Danville will reset.
Boy, if Danville around the rim could just finish a little more, they've left some points on the floor here. That's not taking away anything from how well they played. But one of the things, coaches are always looking, what can we improve upon? Finishing around the rim, and they can really be competitive.
Well, you noted, their three-point percentage is not great. They make a little over 3 a game. Their field goal percentage is pretty solid, 43%.
Right.
They've just not made those shots tonight. What they have done well is get to the line and make them. They are 8 of 8 from stripe. There's a look from 3 that goes. As Cameron Rector, the 5'6" senior, secondly scored 11.5 points again, gets her first bucket, and now all 5 starters have scored tonight.
Well, and you and I both know there's going to be games, especially when you get in the tournament, you've got to hit that 3 because against Danville, a lot of teams are going to pack it in on them.
Well, this is certainly a Danville team that's capable of making a run in 3A.
Oh, I think so.
You guard like this, you're going to be able to play. Jump shot does not go. That's Mason that took it and missed it. Hustling for the loose ball.
Great hustle.
And you can see why she's getting nearly 7 steals a game.
Super quick, anticipates the ball.
Mason, a 5'5" junior. There's 2 seniors on this varsity roster. Woods and Beach, we have seen both of them play tonight. It's really been a 6-player rotation so far for the Mounties. 3 in the corner by Rector, good again. He's made them the last 2 times down. It is a 4-touchdown lead for the Warriors. And again, it's the second year of us having the running clock rule in place in Indiana high school basketball.
And I think the coach has got to love that. While he doesn't necessarily want the 3 to be a dominant shot, he knows he's got to find some girls who have confidence to set up and hit that. And boy, she's found her range.
Another takeaway here by Danville. Anslet. Tough pass, but eventually finds a teammate.
Oh, she wanted it.
On the drive, good take.
Yes.
Off the window and score it by Wooten.
Well, Southmont doesn't get over cut-off baseline. She took just full advantage of it. Boy, they're just so well coached.
So again, on the running clock, that does not take effect until halftime. Once the game gets to 35 points, and it has to be at 35 or greater at halftime, then we'd have running clock rules in the second half. Or if we get to that point at any juncture of the second half, the clock basically gets turned on for out-of-bounds plays. Does not get turned on for fouls, for timeouts, etc. It's not as drastic of a change as it is in football, but it does speed up the pace of
I've seen
the game
a
a
few
little
of
bit.
it. What's it been, a couple years now?
Year 2.
I haven't seen a lot of it, but I have seen it a few times.
Good drive to the basket by Gray that would not go. And then Gray got tangled up. Ball will stay here. It'll be out of bounds to Southmont, and Gray is asking for a breather if she can get it. She will, as Sailor Woods will come in to replace her. Gray, a junior, averaging 4 points a contest. Southmont will take on Bethesda Christian coming up in a game on Tuesday night. Baseline jump shot, no go. Time for Chloe Jenkins. Look ahead pass off the window, blocked. And a foul before the shot. It'll be 1 plus the bonus coming up here.
Really good outlet pass. There's another time where just got to get a little more under control to finish that.
And I thought that was going to be a rebounding foul against Southmont. It was the other direction. Foul against Piercy of Danville. Her second.
But I like the fact Danville off the rebound look immediately to go into transition if they got somebody down the court.
Good movement here by Southmont. That'll be a foul against Danville. That'll be against Rector, which I think is her third. And it will be 1 plus the bonus coming up here for Southmont. So the bonus free throws coming up for Chelsea Beach. And the shooting struggles that Southmont has had this year have carried over to the free throw line. 55% from the line is Southmont. Southmont averaging just a little more than 2 threes a game. Beach got that one to go. She becomes the second player in the scoring column for Southmont tonight. And makes them both. It's a 33-5.
Mr. Hatter.
Takeaway by Southmont. And before fast break points could happen, Jenkins got her feet going a little too fast in the dribble. So back into the 2-3 zone goes Southmont. Ball movement crisp by Danville, leads to a good look from three that gets the home court roll by Cooper Stone. And if you're 6'1" and can knock that down,
yeah,
you're going to be playing beyond your high school years if you choose to.
Well, you are, and we've talked a little bit about their three-point shooting, and if it can continue to improve, especially if she has her comfort zone, that's going to be a big plus for Danville.
And that'll be touched last by the Warriors. That is Anslet that comes up a bit gimpy after that dive. Anslet, a 5'5" sophomore. So far, of the players we have seen for Danville, 3 seniors, Wooten and Rector. Jocelyn Piercy. Get a good look at Coach May. She is averaging 17 wins a year at Danville.
That's amazing.
That includes this year. That number's going to keep going up, basically, as the year goes along. As the teams exchange turnovers. It is the gift-giving season. I still got a couple of weeks to get Jan his gift. I'll see him December 21st, the last time I'll see him for the Christmas holiday. Usually we just give each other the gift of basketball. We say that's enough.
That's right.
I think that's still fair.
I'm in.
High-low, turned off the window, does not go. That was Jenkins that could not finish. Trailer 3, stepped into it, could not go. Beach the rebound, and then she got knocked to the ground immediately. Love to see the sportsmanship on display by Riggs. Helped her up, knowing there's free throws coming at the other end.
Well, she was never really able to get her feet set, kind of had that ball bounce around in her hands.
So Riggs the foul, her first, and 1 plus the bonus for Chelsea Beach, who was 2 for 2 in her last trip to the free throw line.
I was looking through May's record, and she went to the semi-state in 2017, had a regional title. That was her best year, and they were 18-11 that year.
A young lady named Ella Collier was a part of that group.
Yes, she was.
Part of several groups that you and I have the pleasure of calling her games on a regular basis on the ISC Sports Network. So Danville fans, you want to watch one of your famous players, your Indiana All-Star? We've got her on ISC a lot in January and February. Well, so far, 5 of the 7 points for Southmont have come from the free throw line. Good work by Southmont.
Got it. Yeah, I was going to say Hatter.
It has not been an effort problem for Southmont.
No.
And his last touched again by the Mounties. Stay tuned. We'll have the halftime show coming up in a matter of moments. Outcome of this one obviously is not in doubt at this juncture.
Well, you know, in situations like that, you talk a lot about what does Southmont need to do. But you have to guard against some things if you're Danville as well.
Good weak side rebound. Put back does not go. Piercy thought there might have been some contact there. Southmont looks for a second bucket of the game. Trapped in the baseline corner. And a bit of a bailout there as a foul is going to be called against Wooten. Going to be her second. The lead to free throws coming up for Southmont with 0.8 seconds left to go. It'll be Mason that will get 1 plus the bonus. Nope. Mason wanted to take the free throws. It's going to be Shaw instead. Shaw is 13 of 20 from the stripe this year.
You look down this Danville roster, Greg, and they only have 3 seniors.
Well, if you are looking for the silver lining in the dark cloud, free throw shooting for Southmont tonight has been 6 of 7. And again, I think they knew they had their work cut out for them coming in.
Hey, you know, that's the only way you get better, playing good competition. You don't want to play it every game, but certainly there are times when it's a good thing.
And again, they have recognized they're one of the smaller schools in this league on a year-in, year-out basis. So 36-8 is the score at halftime. Danville leading Southmont. Stay tuned. Halftime show comes your way next as you're watching, presented by Endeavor Communications, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Has it, leaps ahead, still on his feet. Stevens lunges. Are you kidding me?
Champions of Marion County.
Unbelievable. Touchdown.
Living up to that last name.
Wabash has the lead for the first time today.
So that was going to be a highlight reel.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
Ball here.
Harris scores. With 19 seconds left. Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it. Oh! That's the finish.
You get a layup taken. And an and one. The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas.
Hamilton will score. Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Whoa, my goodness.
122-6-0 for Penn. Oh, what a swim. Six of them.
Welcome back to Danville. Folks from Danville are certainly in a festive mood as their team leads by a score of 36-8. Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier with you. In Danville, we knew have an advantage tonight, coming at 9-2. Southmont at 5-6. I don't think we thought it would be this significant. The defense, again, I have got Southmont. They were there 20 turnovers in the first half. They've averaged 23 a game. Danville clearly showing they are one of the better teams in 3A tonight.
Yeah, a lot of turnovers were forced by the defense. For me, the top 3 things, defense, Danville, just simply outstanding. In attack mode, the whole first half. I thought their passing was outstanding. In the half court, always looking to make that extra pass. And I think the real big plus key, did some pretty good shooting from outside, three-point land.
Yeah, you referenced the passing, and it struck me as the extra pass. The ball movement against the zone was really good. It's a Danville team, Jan, that averages 16.5 assists a game. We don't keep track of the assists during the game, but I would imagine a good amount of assists. Frankly, would have had more if the shooting had been a little bit better. From a scoring standpoint, 12 for Cooper Stone. Let's stop right there. She's the tallest player on the floor. She made 2 threes. She's just a junior. Kaylee May has something special in Cooper Stone.
Yeah, Cooper Stone, I think, has been really impressive. And if her comfort zone continues in that outside shooting, I think they're going to need that at some point in time at the close of this season and in the tournament.
10 for Isabel Wooten, 6 for Cameron Rector, a pair of quick three-point baskets late in the half, 6 for Emma Anslet, 2 for Jocelyn Piercy. Lucy Riggs played but did not score. Danville, by the way, was a perfect 8 of 8 from the free throw line in half number 1. For Southmont, just 3 players scored. Chelsea Beach, 4 points, all from the free throw line. Cheyenne Shaw, a point. DeLorean Mason with 3. Mason had the only made field goal of the half for Southmont. Simply getting shots was an issue for the Mounties in half number 1. If you're Dan Berkman, again, what's your mantra? What are you talking about with your kids at the halftime break?
Well, clearly, I mean, they're outmanned. Danville clearly the much taller ball club. So, listen, you just have to be positive in a situation like that. He knew it was going to be a challenge coming in here, guys. Keep playing hard. You got to move. You can't dribble against this attacking defense. And I thought they did make some adjustments about not dribbling near as much in the second period.
We'll take this quick timeout. When we come back, we'll preview the upcoming boys game. They'll immediately follow this game as we've got the front and back end of a Sagamore Athletic Conference doubleheader. On the girls' side, all Danville so far. Warriors lead 36-8. You're watching on ISC and Comcast 81.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Fall means football, and on the ISC, we've got you covered all season long. Catch our broadcast live on television on MyNDTV 23 and Comcast 81, as well as streaming on iscsportsnetwork.com. With a subscription to ISC for only $4.99 a month, you get access to our entire library, viewable anytime, anywhere, on our website or on the ISC app. Don't miss a single broadcast. ISC Sports Network. Football lives here.
Want lightning-fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here. That player will be a star for one of these two teams in about 15, 16 years. Just give it some time. I'm not sure if Janet will be around for that on ISC will be around.
I plan on being around.
Okay, maybe we'll be here to call her games as well. Here on the ISC
Until they
Sports
push
Network.
me out, I'm calling games.
Boys game follows this one, and again, one of the cooler stats that I've dug up in a while. Southmont beat Danville for the first time last year since 1996. Southmont won a sectional for the first time last year since 1994. Their top 2 players off that team are now playing college basketball. They're 3-1. They're now building a culture of success in Ladoga and in South Montgomery County.
Yeah, listen, a lot of momentum, and what a great job that they have done with the boys program, especially with that win. Then the tournament win. How big is that, for the school who has struggled, quite honestly, for years? And so there's some momentum there. They got to, I think, they got to come in here tonight with some confidence and listen. Don't you think Danville don't remember about getting beat last year?
It's a Danville program that has won 15 games each of the last 10 seasons. Danville made the 3A regional final And even though this is a young team, Brian Barber does not have a senior on the roster for the Danville boys. They frankly expect success here every year.
Yeah, they just do. You talk about, we use the word culture a lot, but clearly if there ever was a culture, he has it on his side here at Danville. Their expectation is to be super competitive. They do that, and most years be a contender for the sectional.
Quick look at our first half highlights. And again, most of these will be defensive steals committed by Danville or looks at easy layups. Again, they control the tempo and then some, Jan, in half number one.
Well, it's one thing to have good steals, and they did. It's another to convert those down at the transition side, and I think for the most part they did pretty well. There are some things I'm sure the coach goes, listen, if we could just clean it up a little bit and close when we get those opportunities, we could get even better.
There's looking unfortunate. What was the lone field goal for Southmont in half number one. And again, Jan, you touched on this. This is a Danville team where if they've got a weakness, it's three-point shooting. 25% from three, 3.5 made threes per game. They knocked down 4 in the second quarter.
They did. Well, part of the reason is they don't shoot them a lot in their arsenal because their defense can become so dominant in the game, the three-pointer just is not a piece of the arsenal. But as you and I both know, as they get down into the end of the schedule, and specifically in tournament time, there are going to be teams as big or bigger than they are, and they're going to have somebody open that lane up for them.
I want to thank our buddy Paul Swartz and the good folks at Hoosier Shooting Academy. Combine cutting-edge technology with old-school work ethic to make your game better at the Hoosier Shooting Academy. Located on Indy's southeast side, just off of 465 and Brookville Road, and always open online at HoosierShooting.net. And the boys' game will follow this one on the ISC Sports Network. Now for Southmont, part of your goal, keep this away from the running clock scenario as long as you can. Lead got to as many as 30 in the first half for Danville. We get the running clock if the lead were to get to 35.
Well, especially as a coach, the one thing you don't like about the rule is when you're a team who needs experience and some time to, just work on a lot of things, that gets cut short. Understand the rule. I got an opinion, but I'm not going to share it. But it's just one of those things that it's the rule and it is what it is. But you can see some things that you'd like to work on.
I would say this. I think there's more of a need for it in football than there is basketball.
Yeah, I have to.
I think you and I share the same
we
opinion
absolutely
generally
do.
on it.
Basketball is just not that long of a game to begin with.
Stone will step in from the elbow and knock it down. Cooper Stone with 14.
You don't see it a lot. I mean, it's only been around for a couple years, and you don't see it a lot.
Little extended zone trap here by Danville. This is a time where you maybe do a little in-game experimentation if you're Danville. And they don't play until next Friday. They take on another conference rival in Lebanon. Another turnover committed by Southmont. Good run of the basket by Anslet off the window and one.
That's so pretty. That's just basketball 101. And, Danville's really showing the fundamentals. I'm really impressed how they just look to make that extra pass.
So Anslet to the free throw line. She is 4 of 4 tonight. Make it 5 of 5. So 41-8 and 2 points away from triggering that running clock. Off the window, good look that would not go. And a loose ball foul, to use the NBA parlance, committed it by the Warriors. It's going to be against Piercy, which will be her third. Neither of these two teams have gone very deep into their bench. There's a good look.
You go.
Second field goal of the game. That one is good for Cheyenne Shaw. Excuse me, that was for Jenkins that had the bucket. She averages 9 points and a team-high 7 boards a game. Wooten. And the ball finds its way to the baseline corner. 3 does not go for Rector. Stone had it, lost it, and then Stone commits the foul.
You know, Greg, you look down this 3A top 10, and there's not a lot of Central Indiana in there like there usually is this year.
Well, in 3A, you frankly, most teams have kind of almost grown out of 3A in the Indy area. That's a fair point. And Danville, for many years, kind of played in more of an Indianapolis sectional. They have not kind of pushed back further west with more of their conference rivals. As Gray gets a bucket. So back-to-back field goals now for Southmont. Makes it 41-12. Good inside-out game by Wooten. Stone's shot will not go. And credit to Southmont. Still fighting hard despite the score being rather lopsided. Wooten, the steal, the scoop, and lay it up and in. She's got a dozen.
I like Wooten. Really moves well.
Her average of 13 a game. 13 points, 7.5 boards, 3 assists, 3 steals a game.
Well, the thing you really like about the Danville Ball Club, among so many things, is, you know, you got 3 girls in double figures and the other 2 are real close. So a lot of balanced scoring.
They really played a 7 or 8 player rotation all year as Danville, which frankly in high school is about all you need. Block to block. Wooten shot blocked by Veach, but got it back and gets the soft bounce off the home rim. Make it 45-12. And in the passing lane that time by Anslet. And we reference the Hendricks County tournament that we'll have the finals of from this building on ISC and MyNDTV. Timeout going to be called by Southmont. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. Take this chance to thank our sponsor, Endeavor Communications. Endeavor Communications offers a variety of internet speeds that fit your family or business needs. Surf the internet faster than ever before with speeds up to a gig. Contact us at weendeavor.com for more information.
I want to tip my hat off the officials. I've officiated at games like this, and it's normal. It's difficult to keep your concentration, and I think they really did a good job of just staying involved in this game. Because trust me, it's easy kind of let your mind drift a little bit when you get these lopsided games, and I just think they really did a good job of staying really focused on the job you're paid to do.
Well, again, we reference the Hendricks County tournament. Danville will open up at Plainfield on January the 3rd. That tournament, girls play on Tuesday and Thursday. Boys play on Wednesday and Friday. Then everybody goes to one site to play on Saturday, and that site is here. And again, we will have the 2 championship games for you on that Saturday, January the 7th. Now you see the All-Stars on your screen. Travis Carroll, of course, will go on to play at Purdue. And the other one, well, you see on the ISC Sports Network on a regular basis, Ella Collier. It's already got over 1,000 points in 2 seasons. This is her 3rd of playing. Now for Steve Brooks at Marion. We'll next see the Knights on January the 4th when they take on Grace. Look ahead pass, and Anslet scores it in. Again, that puts us in the running clock territory of a 35-point game at 47-12 with 4.5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. 3 on the wing is good. DeLorean Mason gets the first 3 of the night for Southmont. Well, Mason was 6.
He's a good little player.
Southmont team returns to conference action against the Stars of Western Boone. Always a tough program. That's next Friday night as well. 3 in the corner. Not that time for Rector. In the inside position, pulled down by Jenkins.
Jenkins did a good job that time of checking out and get inside position.
Back to a man-to-man here by Danville. Played mostly zone during the game, and that's going to be a foul. And the free throws coming up for Jenkins. Jenkins, a 50% free throw shooter on the season. Wooten will come back in. And Danville sort of go a little further into their bench. Mika Baxter will check in, a 5'7" junior. Ball tipped out of bounds, I believe, by a Southmont player. Yep. Good hands by Mason.
Boy, she just never stops playing, does she?
And we've referenced the number of steals she averages on a per-game basis. And that time, Beach, I don't think she was aware of the fact that she could go back in the backcourt to get that because that ball was tipped by a Danville player. That'll add to the turnover count for Southmont. Wooten tries that reverse again and gets it.
Hey, Wooten's had a really nice third quarter here.
She's got 16 in total. She leads all scorers in the game.
It makes a defensive play on the other end.
Jump ball will be called. And again, you see the clock is rolling at this point. Gets stopped for fouls, gets stopped for timeouts. Also now in, Courtney Bynum is in, as Lucy Riggs will have a seat. That might be about as deep as Danville's going to go off the bench tonight. They list 10 on their varsity roster. They really had played 8 in most games. Wooten, not that time.
Yeah, but a good cut up to the top of the key, though.
Right idea by Mason, just pass probably given a little bit too early. And at the other end, Stone will be fouled, and she'll shoot 2.
Stone used the left hand on that left side.
Stone with 14.
They got her listed at 6'1", good length, the arms. She's certainly shown that she can shoot the ball a little bit today as well.
That includes from the free throw line, as Rector will check back in. And you're kind of limited the number of players you got on the bench if you're Danville tonight, so you can't go, that deep into your lineup. You also have players that, and this is the reverse, the JV game is after this one, so you're saving some players for the JV contest too. That game is across the hall, and that's another turnover committed by the Mounties.
And Greg, you mentioned a few times now they've shot the free throw very well. They're at 70 for the year, but they've shot it better than that tonight, I think.
They haven't missed a one, Jan. Nice high-low, and Wooten missed it, but got it back. And then she is fouled in the attempt on a rebound. So it'll be underneath, out of bounds.
Teams that play a really good defense and hit free throws can You can win a lot of games just doing that. And if you can get your shooting, those are the guys who make it.
Rector off the bounce with the 3, her third 3 of the game.
Well, I think the thing you have to like, if you're Coach May, is how would you respond off that big win at Greencastle, knowing that you're going to play an undermanned opponent a little bit. How would you come out and play? And I think they've really responded well.
Baxter gets the bucket. Make it a 40-point game. And this quarter, will come to an end without a shot there from Southmont. But 8 minutes of this one left to go. Danville on their way to their 10th victory of the season. Final quarter of the contest comes your way next as you're watching on ISC and Comcast 81.
Has it, leaps ahead, still on his feet. Stevens lunges. Are you kidding me?
Champions of Marion County.
Unbelievable. Touchdown.
Living up to that last name.
Wabash has the lead for the first time today.
So that was going to be a highlight reel.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds left.
Big players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it. That's the finish.
You get a layup taken and an and one.
Out of here.
Clearly it was jersey night for the student section. We need to get that kid out of a Paul George jersey, though. we can find him something better.
Maybe
than
that'll
that,
be
right?
a new Christmas present.
I do like the Springs Valley jersey for the kid on the right. A little Christian McCaffrey needs updated, but still appreciate that. Some guy just said, you know what, I'm going to wear my own Indiana Mustangs jersey over there in the student section as well. Alongside Jan Bozier, Greg Rakestraw with you. And Danville has been in control of this one. Steal, bucket missed. And that's DeLorean Mason that had the steal but couldn't finish at the other end. Anslet will kick it out top to Riggs for three. That's good.
Just good
Lucy
ball.
Riggs.
I tell you, really great defense. The ball movement's been spectacular. Consistency, 18, 18, and 20 points in the last three quarters.
Third different player to make a three tonight for Danville. Another pocket picked as Jenkins lost the handle.
Travel. Missed that one.
The runner does not go, and Jenkins will grab the rebound for a moment. Then on the jump ball, the arrow will go back in the other direction. Let's look at that Hendricks County tournament bracket where Danville will play Plainfield. Winner of that game then gets Tri-West. And the team in the Hendricks County girls tournament that catches your attention is Brownsburg. We saw them 2 weeks ago, and they got a really impressive victory against Crown Point. Brownsburg starting center Avery Gordon, Jan, is 6'6".
Wow.
Yeah.
I've not seen her.
Catches your attention.
Yes, I would think it would.
And she had 26 in the game that we did a couple of weeks ago. Nice backdoor cut. Lay it up and in. The bucket for Beach. Beach with 6. Three in the corner. Rector got it again. That's her fourth made three of the night.
Wow, that's really good stuff.
Again, obviously the overall outcome has been settled for a while, but the way that Danville has shot it from three, the way they have shot it from the free throw line, certainly catches your attention. By the way, that Plainfield Danville game, Danville beat Plainfield by a point when they played earlier this year, back on November the 12th. Piercy, Wooten, and Stone come in. And again, just by a quick glance of the bench, I think Danville's got 8 in uniform tonight. So you're wondering, hey, why are you seeing starters still playing in this type of game? I don't think Kaylee May has much of a choice. 3 from the wing does not go for Southmont. And if you've got school-age kids like I do, you also know that every bug known to mankind seemingly is going around schools these days.
And announcers a little bit.
Got you at the football state finals 2 weeks
did.
ago.
Yes, it did.
Lucky your not so humble narrator who had like an 18-hour sleep that started at 2 o'clock yesterday that got me revved up and ready to go to match your energy level for tonight's broadcast. Now, my daughter Mia missed a couple of days of school this week, so it's
going around.
It's going around.
Yes,
I know the Southmont boys are a couple players short tonight too. We'll talk about that as we begin that broadcast in 25 minutes or so. Deep three. Does not go. I think if you're Southmont, the best thing about this one is just flush it and move on to the next one. Stone three. Not that time. That rebound off the hands of Isabel Wooten.
I really like the way Wooten has played. I mean, it's kind of easy to look up at the scoreboard and, well, this is over, and not play to the level you need to play. And that's the challenge of a game like this for Danville.
Wing at three for Veach does not go. In Bethesda Christian up next for Southmont on Tuesday night. Danville will next play Lebanon on Friday night. Rector, not that time. Weak side glass for Woods, and a jump ball is called. And again, the running clock has kept this one moving. Now we'll see Kenzie Douglas check in. Freshman, and really this is about the end of the rotation for about 7 players. What Southmont plays. Stone saves it, and then Gray got inadvertently knocked to the floor, that time by Rector.
Got ran over.
It's going to go against Piercy, actually. It's going to be her 5th, so she will foul out. So she's done for the night.
Hey, I think we got a good one coming up, though. I think the boys' game is going to be a good ball game.
Danville checks in at 2-1. Southmont has won their last 3. They lost their opener to Vince Brooks in North Putnam. Pull-up shot does not go for Woods. Woot, good drop step. Now 3 in the corner. Baxter couldn't get it to go.
This young lady right here has worked and worked and worked on both sides. Really like the effort she's put in here this 4th period.
In tonight's game presented by Endeavor Communications. Business phone solutions with Endeavor Communications. More than a phone system, Endeavor offers a hosted, unified communication solution that gives businesses the ability to be accessible anytime, anywhere on any device. Find out more at weendeavor.com. First missed free throw of the game for Danville after they had made their first 12.
You got to be pleased about that.
And they came in at 70% on the year. Another steal.
He's feeling it tonight.
And Wooten will lay it up and in.
How about that?
Well, she is the stat sheet stuffer.
Yes, she is.
For this Danville squad. Here's what should be a look at a. Should be.
No.
Thought it might be a look at an easy bucket. Didn't happen that way. And Wooten, let's hope she is all right. That's the absolute last thing you wanted to see.
That is for sure.
I'm not sure if that was an ankle or what exactly happened, but so on that block shot, and the coaching staff and training staff being waved out. And like we said, there's only 8 in uniform tonight for Danville, so it's why you have one of your better players in at the end of a game like this one. And the senior in Wooten helped off the floor.
You're right, man. That's the absolute last thing you want to see.
And that cast a pall on what had been a really good night for Danville.
And specifically her. She has really played well in the 4th period. Well, let's hope it's okay. Sometimes you never know, but that's, well, you don't like to see that.
So Anslet comes back in with a minute left to play. And Anslet will be fouled. That is the 5th foul against Southmont, so no free throws on them. Again, for those of you watching on Comcast 81, we'll briefly step away. You'll see the gymnasium on your screen. We'll be back to begin our coverage of the boys' game about 3 or 4 minutes out from tip-off of tonight's contest. Blocking foul called against Kenzie Douglas. Those of you watching on social media, we'll have the separate stream for the boys' game starting in about 15 minutes or so. Shot does not go by Bynum. We'll give our camera crew a little downtime in between games with the boys game about 25 minutes away here at Danville, and that is the end of that. 65-18, Jan, your final thoughts on this one?
Well, obviously a tough night for Southmont, but I like the way that Danville followed up that big win at Greencastle and came out, and I thought played really great defense, set the whole thing in motion, and then offense was solid.
Scoring stats in this one: Isabel Wooten with 19, Cooper Stone with 16, Emma Anslet 11, Cameron Rector 12, 2 each for Jocelyn Piercy and Micah Baxter, 3 for Lucy Riggs. For Southmont, 6 for Chelsea Veach and DeLorean Mason, 3 for Chloe Jenkins, 2 for Olivia Gray, and 1 for Cheyenne Shaw. Danville now goes to 10-2 on the season, while Southmont falls to 5-7. That'll do it for our girls telecast in ISC. Stay tuned. The boys game approximately 20 minutes away as you're watching this Sagamore Conference doubleheader presented by Endeavor Communications on the ISC Sports Network.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score!